little too loud just then, y'all, but it's cool. It's cool. So now I'm turning over to Stacey because now I'm a little hurt.
Oh. Hey guys, it's me, your girl, Little Baldy. My birthday's tomorrow, so if you see me, say happy birthday. Because, you know, hand some money over.
Or do you
Yeah, I'll take some liquor, I'll take some money, whatever happens. It's 21. All right.
And I'm going to be quiet. Go ahead, Quest.
I'm Quest Waylon. That's all.
That's it.
I'm Jared Savage. Sit for me too, I guess.
Well, I'm Alexis Mitchell. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, we didn't need to hold bio. It's okay. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I feel bad now. I'm good.
I was kidding.
I know. I'm okay now.
You got it. Go ahead. No?
Okay. Mm-hmm. So he's from Compton.
I am from Compton.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cool. I always look at that thing.
Okay.
All right, so today's show is going to start today around campus. This week is National Catholic Council Week.
Yes.
And they have a series of events going on. And it's also the start of campaign season. So
yes.
SGA class elections and SGA campaigning.
Yep, that's what's going on campus, y'all. So today in other news for our hot seat discussion, let's go ahead and bring it in with the government shutdown. It's over. Yeah.
Trump signed a bill that extended government funding until February 8th, and they are debating about, Republicans and the Democrats are split over. They want to say it's the Dream bill that allows immigrant children to stay in the country without getting sent back.
Oh, DACA, basically?
Yeah, DACA. And Republicans are blaming Democrats. And Democrats are saying, no, that ain't us. So, any views, I guess? That's the... Mm-hmm.
There's not enough Democrats to really have a say anymore in any of the houses, so whatever happens is really much the Republican, and the government got shut down after a year, so it's really just the Republicans at this point.
And they're trying to compare this shutdown to like Obama and the differences rather. The Republicans are saying, no, it's different, and Democrats are basically saying, no,
still shut down.
Yeah.
Lights ain't on, it's shut down.
Yeah. But overall, I think, like, with everything like Trump's campaign is with the travel ban and then DACA, I think it's really ridiculous because that's what our country was founded upon, was immigrants coming in. Like, we're called the melting pot for a reason. So that's obviously really ridiculous that he's sitting there trying to like tell people that they can't come here anymore when probably his grandparents were immigrants when they got here, you know?
Y'all want to know the crazy stuff though? I kind of understand.
You understand what?
Like why they're not kicking people out, because they're actually not knocking on the door and saying, hey, you gotta go. But when people leave, they're not out back in. I actually understand kind of why. It took someone to really explain it to me, and I know I'll sit here and say I agree with kicking people out of where they were born, or if your grandparents immigrated here a couple years ago.
But we're talking about like people coming from other countries, born in other countries, coming here.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I kind of understand still. It's a matter of, I see where they're coming from. They're looking from a point of view. They're looking at it from an economic point of view. There we go.
Okay, but the economic point of view that they're looking at is for the 1%, which is Trump and all his little rich white old people. That is that 1% that they're trying to preserve. So why stand up?
I wouldn't necessarily. Yes, of course, that's their goal. But I wouldn't necessarily say that, because if you think about it,
how is the presence of those immigrants taking away from government, from modern middle class America? How is that impeding on?
They're talking about like jobs. Think about it. Who do you know, African American or white, who does lawn work, cuts grass?
They don't do it because they don't have to.
No, I do know a lot of actual black men. No, I know black men who own.
Oh yeah, I know black men. Yeah,
I know. Well, I know. Riding through Atlanta, the majority of people you see at Home Depot on the side of the road offering to help build houses.
Because it's cheap labor, which is exactly what these white people want. It's cheap labor. You're not gonna find that out here. Like,
but at the same time, like how many black people, white people are looking for those jobs too. They have to get done. Those jobs have to be filled. But there are a lot of people who wouldn't do it. So how are they taken away from the job, us having that job opportunity if we don't want to do it?
Immigrants take the jobs that nobody wants.
Yeah.
And so I don't see a single reason why they have to leave the country, in all honesty. They came here looking for a better life.
If anything, that's a bad reflection. That's a bad reflection on black people, white people, saying that we look at those jobs as belittling when it's a.
That's why I was just. That's why I said I feel I'd be fine being a farmer. That's one. I've done yard work. That's two. My mom, we not rich enough to afford somebody to do our lawn. So, that's what I'm saying. I feel like.
But I feel like that argument is not. It's not a good argument because those jobs, nobody is trying to look.
Yeah,
for
that's from what you see. But I know people who would be happy to have those jobs.
So then
and
they need to
be
get up and
happy
do it.
like that, and get paid for it. Because a lot of Hispanics own these like the companies, like Hispanic, like it's them and 80 no.
But I just feel like they're not taking away from, especially I don't think it's a immigrant Latino against black people. It's definitely not like that because.
Well, I was just giving an example. I'm not saying that.
I feel like
that.
If you looking at it on the racial side, black people ain't got no problem with a Mexican or a Hispanic here in America.
That's not true because I hear it all the time, like being in LA at least, where it'll be like the old black people. They'd be sitting there complaining all the time when like it comes to Friday, you trying to cash your checks, and like it'll be a long line, obviously because the bank's gonna close. And, like, literally, all the black people, they'll be like, man, all these Hispanics out here trying to take our jobs, this, that, and the other. But I'm like, what you doing, fam? Because you just sitting there complaining. You're not sitting out there working. You're not doing the job. You're just sitting there complaining.
I mean, you don't know if they'll get up and do it if the jobs are available either. So
that's the thing. The jobs are available. They were available before immigrants got here. They just didn't take them. And some immigrants got here and took the jobs. People are like, they're taking our jobs. But the jobs were vacant for a reason.
And a lot of times I know in Mississippi, it's not about, like, Mississippi has its own, like, racial problems to get over it and stuff, but there are jobs out there, but the skill match is not there. Like, people don't have the skills to match with the job. Now that's the problem of itself. So the fact that they're taking jobs, that's not a good argument. And then also they say about drugs, that's not a good argument because that's just those people aren't actually staying in America. One. The people who bring drug across
drug cartels, they don't stay in America. That's not.
And
I'm still on jobs.
I'm just saying, all the arguments that people have against immigrants are not well constructed.
You think they're valid?
I'm not gonna say they're valid. I don't say they don't argue them well. So I'm like,
yeah.
I think there are good arguments on both sides. Just no one really knows what I actually say.
Yeah, there's always good arguments on both sides, but if you can't articulate it well, then your argument, it almost would seem invalid in a sense. Because it's like, you're sitting here, you want to complain about this, that, and the other, but you're not willing to get up and do it yourself. That's my whole thing about that situation as a whole. But yeah, that's all I have to do about that.
Yeah. And that's all that Republicans have against Trump has to say about it. Not a well-constructed argument.
I hate that.
So,
yes. So, in other news, Amara La Negra and her interview, or let's just go back to her entire thing with Young Hollywood and Love and Hip Hop Miami. So, I don't know if you guys saw it, but what happened was she went to this producer, Young Hollywood. This scene irritated me, I will say that. And basically, he said that she didn't fit the look of a Latina in America, which is true. She doesn't. She's Afro-Latina. She's very dark for a Latina in America, as you would think any other way.
Stereotypical.
Yeah, she's not the stereotype, which a lot of people would probably love because tired of looking at the same 5 people.
I love
Sophia. Sophia, J-Lo.
Yeah. But he called her. He said a lot of things that were racially out there. Like, called her like a Nutella queen. I was like, okay, you need this.
I like Nutella.
And then in his apology that he gave to her on like a different episode, it wasn't necessarily sincere. He just kind of was like, yeah, I'm sorry for that. And he threw some more racial slurs out there on top of that. I don't remember what they were because I didn't really watch episodes like that. but he wasn't really like, you know, actually sorry for it.
He wasn't sincere in his apology.
Yeah.
So that's where the interview stems off of.
Yeah. So in her interview with on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and I always forget her name. Angelique.
Angela Yee.
Angela E. My bad.
Yee.
Angela Yee. My bad. One topic that they touched on, or that she really touched on because she's very passionate about, is colorism. And a lot of people felt that Charlamagne and DJ Envy kind of like downplayed her and said colorism wasn't really a thing, and so on and so forth. But personally, go ahead.
Finish it.
Personally, to me, I don't feel what Charlamagne was doing was that he was downplaying her, but he was like playing devil's advocate and just trying to get her to talk, like, some more, and like kind of stirring the pot, kind of like you do, Nairi, when you be asking us questions.
Okay, but I'm gonna disagree. I do think he did it on purpose. Why? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But basically, in the interview, it was on the topic of her being Afro-Latina. Charlamagne didn't even know what Afro-Latina was. And she was basically talking about her struggle as an Afro-Latina, as a dark-skinned woman in the Latina market. Not necessarily in America, but in the Latina market, right? And when it came to the conversation about her sort of transitioning into the U.S. market, Charlamagne brought up the point that, hey, Cardi B's popping, you know, saying she's Afro-Latina, so I'm not really understanding what your struggle is. And then he asked her what her struggle was, like it didn't really, her struggle didn't exist, right? And then when the topic of colorism came up, because after he had mentioned Cardi B, DJ Envy was like, so do you think it's because her success is because she's lighter? She was like, yeah. I mean, and anybody, I don't know how y'all feel about that. Y'all will address that later. But he was confused because he didn't understand that. And then Charlamagne was like, well, you have Issa Rae and you have SZA, and these are black women. I'm not really getting the colorism. Like, why you, like, is it really a problem? So, I mean, how do y'all feel about it?
There's colorism in Latin countries, Hispanic countries, because there is this one project, the Color Girl Project, that originated, who founders were from Latin Hispanic countries. I can't remember which one, but they face those same colorism problems. And Cardi B is Latina, but I can't say her success is only because she's light skinned.
Me too. I think she's a hard worker, right?
Right.
But it'd be completely delusional for me to say that her skin didn't help her. If she was the color of Kodak Black, do you think she'd be as successful as she is?
Kodak Black is the color of Kodak Black, and he's still getting.
He's a man.
Yeah,
he's a man
so that's
too.
the difference.
All right.
So that's difficult because
I think I don't
No.
know her name as Mara.
Honestly,
Is that her name? What's her name?
Amara.
Amara. I definitely feel like she did probably face those problems having darker skin and trying to appeal to Latin American, or still
the
like
Latin
have her,
industry,
the Latin industry. I do think that, and even in the hip hop, like, because if you look at Beyonce, Rihanna, like, they are great artists, but they did have the privilege of not being like, So,
I thought you was done, girl.
I'm trying to.
I mean,
form my opinion still.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I feel like she definitely faced those types of people in her life, period, trying to get ahead of the industry. And it's mainly because I understand what he was saying. I'm not saying I agree at all, because she is too beautiful for life. But when you think of a Latina, you don't really think they don't really have a segment for Afro Latino. When you think of Latino, you think of people like Sofia Vergara and what's the other woman?
J-Lo.
But you also gotta see the reason that's what you think of when you think of Latinas is because that's what you always see.
But
that was her point in saying that.
I agree, and that's what I was getting to. Like, I understand him telling her that because that's what we've been fed. That's what's getting our attention. That's what we know. So, I guess in his head, it's kind of like, well, I can't put you out there as a Latina because you're not light skinned with long wavy hair or long curly hair. You have this big afro. He even asked her, like, in the scene, he asked her, like, so what about your hair? Like, would you consider straightening it? Like,
that. Are you talking about Young Hollywood?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like first episode.
So are you saying that she should not, that Charlamagne was saying she shouldn't appeal to like the Latin base?
She does, and she does it in the eyes of entertainment. I understood what he was saying about that. She doesn't, because that's not what we were fed.
Yeah.
That's not what we
like to me, I'm kind of like, I feel like I don't know her as an artist or anything, but I kind of feel like she should be open to the entire audience, or not just the Latin American music industry.
No, she's trying to break out into the American industry, but the issue is that because she doesn't look like Beyonce, but she doesn't want to be Sofia Vergara or whatever. Like, because of that issue is that she doesn't really have a way in because she doesn't want to straighten her hair because of who she was. But
right. Hold on, but before Amara La Negra was on Love and Hip Hop, she did have her own career in the Latin market. It took her years to build that career. So speak on that. Like, why did it take her so many years for her to actually build up her reputation in the Latin market? For her to actually get attention for her music.
Well, that's because the color of her skin, though.
I know, because when J-Lo first started, she built her shit too. Stuff.
But J-Lo started in the American market.
Scratch out the hard work and the persistence. We get that. Like, you have to put some work in.
But she had to work for what she was prior to being on Love and Hip Hop.
She's not the only one that was trying to make it, though. There's a lot.
Okay, I just feel like why pick her in the first place? You know, because when they do the auditions for the show and stuff, Love and Hip Hop, and what's the other one?
Another reality show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I forgot. Black Ink. They always get artists period, and producers and stuff like that who we really don't know. Like, they famous, they built their fame, like, within their cities and stuff like that, but then they always got that one really famous person on the show that we actually do know. You know?
Like,
so I feel like she... Oh, go ahead.
What are you saying? Like,
I feel like y'all saying because of her skin, she can't break out into the market or whatever.
I didn't say that at all.
It's harder for her.
I just feel like I don't know, because I think I don't, maybe because I don't have that, I haven't been in the position, but everybody has to work hard, and everybody is
not
Cardi B didn't start off where she is now either.
Tripping. But
let
me just say something real quick. Sorry, Nary.
I mean,
but even Cardi B said that she had a hard time in the strip club because of the color of her skin. So,
and then she mentioned how dark-skinned women had an even harder time.
Exactly.
But my thing is, off bat, these people are on these shows. The fact that Amara La Negra, we talking about her not being able to make it and stuff like that, but the bitch has made it. She owned the show.
But she doesn't. That's not her career, though. That's not what she wants for the rest of her life. She wants to be an artist. She wants to be a singer. That is what she wants.
So she's finding her avenue to get to where she's going.
And
I feel like she's found it. Like, this is her time to make her music.
I think definitely color. You're light skinned, I'm brown, somebody's darker than me. I think that argument should be dropped because we're, as a race, are struggling anyway. So the fact that we're pitting this light skin against this dark skin, I just can't get into the argument.
That is not what it is. But we're recognizing that colorism does exist.
Yeah, colorism does exist.
That's the problem, because Charlamagne and DJ Envy were both completely delusional in that interview, pretending as though colorism didn't exist.
Oh no!
Okay,
but her her struggle didn't matter, that it wasn't valid. That's how it came across.
But that makes sense. First off, Charlamagne has had many topics where he's covered this topic multiple times on colorism, and like he has covered it multiple times. You can look it up. He did it on a podcast once. He did it on another Breakfast Club interview. But like she can't. Her entire argument throughout her entire career so far has been, I'm struggling because I'm the color of my skin. You can't make that an argument all the time. That's true. Like, she said it multiple times. Like, yeah, I understand you're gonna get rejected because of the color of your skin, but you can't keep basing your career off of that.
She's not doing that though.
She did though.
She had to bring it up because it came up in conversation, because y'all saw that scene on television.
I think we can
so it had to come up.
Recognize, I guess the point was that there isn't colorism outside of the black community, basically. Is that what Charlamagne was saying? That
that it doesn't, or that it doesn't just exist here?
Okay, they were saying they can't understand. They don't know about the Latin world and how colorism affects her there. But in America, I just don't. I'm paraphrasing what Charlamagne said, but it was like, I don't see it. I don't see how that's a problem. We got SZA, we got Issa Rae, we got Tiffany Haddish. They're popping off. Is that really a problem? That's how it came across.
I think he was just playing devil's advocate, because I didn't know what he
exactly.
said that actually
like,
meant it. Think about it. Even social media. Let's come off the celebrities.
Okay, devil's advocate. They came on the Breakfast Club this morning and released a statement on the Rumor Report, talking about the backlash that they received, and they were like, "Oh, we were never downplaying colorism and blah blah blah," but I just still don't get it. Like, I just don't see it in America, like, because of the Issa Raes and the SZAs. That's what he kept saying.
That's all he got though.
But because that's how they showcase African Americans in that's how they showcase
I kind of do. I'm not saying that colorism doesn't exist. What I am saying is that everybody is looking at something from different perspectives. He's already made it. He already has his own show and everything. So from his perspective, maybe he's saying, there are dark-skinned people that have made him. I know him. I see him every day. But from our perspective, we don't see it as much. So we're saying, of course colorism exists, because you have this person over here whose career isn't as successful. Maybe it's because he's dark-skinned. Maybe it's because he's not. But from his perspective, he's saying, there's a whole lot of people that have made it, that are dark-skinned, light-skinned, whatever color skin they are.
But my thing is, he should know. Allegedly, he was bleaching his own skin. For what? For what reason? There was obviously some insecurities there, right?
I think everybody has some insecurities.
I love my skin
too?
But why did she do it, y'all?
To make it.
Nicki Minaj is just fake everything.
I mean,
Nicki Minaj isn't even real.
Even if you come off the stars, like come off the celebrities, colorism exists, point blank, period. If you watch a music video, I promise you, if you can find me one, I've never seen, I ain't gonna say never, probably back in the old day, but I rarely see a dark-skinned girl as the leading lady.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all name me.
That's true.
Y'all name me 5 dark-skinned women
I'm with
right now in the music industry, right?
You right.
Jasmine Sullivan.
No. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She's a great artist in my
Jennifer Hudson.
SZA.
No,
they're not dark
SZA.
skinned.
Why can't I?
They're not dark
brown
skinned.
Oh, you want dark? Oh,
I
I don't know.
dark skin.
Kodak Black is all I got.
To me, I'm kind of like,
Don't cheat.
I'm just like,
You want answers.
we are facing such. I get the colorism part. Yes, it's a shame that we're having, like, you have to be hot yellow to make it quicker and more
Or golden
acceptable.
brown.
Right, but the bigger thing is that you have to be white. So I'm just looking at the bigger issue. It's like,
White win. As far as
pitting like race, it's a Caucasian versus black, and everybody wants to be closer to white.
That's very true.
That's true.
So if we just,
you may be proud of who you are as a black person. You may be proud of your skin.
Just historically, it's been that you have to be closer to white to be accepted.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's to be accepted. It's to be
To
successful.
make it.
It's like you
Yeah,
can love
to
your
be
skin.
necessarily successful, to be a top of the hill Negro,
Yeah.
as it says in Malcolm X's book.
Or just to be viewed outside your race.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, because you was, that's why I had to.
You was
twist
hot
it up.
and then you
You was like, that's not very
because
funny.
I'm thinking like I get what you're saying. I swear to Jesus, I do. It's just like, I don't know. I kind of agree because
I never thought you said that.
yeah, I don't really agree with people that much, but it's like looking behind it. Yes, the closer you were to white, if you were white, you tend to have life better. Period. Yeah.
Okay.
You do, but I'm looking at it off of the celebrity point, like as a millennial or as a kid coming up, they're not looking at it when they go on social media, when they go and watch TV, they're not looking at it like, oh, well, people used to be white, so that's why I like her, like that's why I like the light skinned girls. It's more of just like that's what we have been conditioned to see as beautiful, as appealing, as like I said, I can't think of not one leading lady in a video, a vixen, who's dark skinned. Not one. Because that's not who people pick. That's not what you go get. Yeah, a video.
But I think nowadays we're becoming like we're wanting to see those people.
Yeah.
Because we're wanting to see it, and it's kind of hard to think like, I mean, I know it exists, but it's just like, if you know this is what black people want to see, why aren't you putting that image out there? Because industries, music industry, video, movies, TV, and everything.
Because industries don't change that often. Like, yeah, you may think like, okay, maybe this is what they want to see, but as soon as you do it in one movie and that movie doesn't work out, you then go right back to.
That's the point I was trying to get out. You were saying how.
Hold on, y'all. I did want to read Cheetah's comment because she did comment, but she said, hey, she wanted to give her social worker point of view out there, but she says colorism is definitely an issue in the black community. A lot of black actors, artists, etc. are bleaching their skin in order to get better gigs and more money. And then she said, because when you think of Latina, you don't think of her. You think of someone who is of lighter skin, right? So when we think Latina artists, what comes to mind? J-Lo, Shakira.
I would say Shakira,
but yeah. But now in this, it is that does happen. But I think now in this, black people, like among us college students, I can speak. I feel like we would be accepting and willing to see and wanting to see a darker skin.
But I personally want to see what she does.
But you got to think about the majority too, right? So
okay, well so her audience is the millennials.
My thing is, who's watching television nowadays?
The millennials.
Nah, but the majority, who's watching television?
Are you talking about traditional TV?
Race. Who's watching TV?
Are you talking about traditional?
Who's the majority? Black people. Thank you. Okay.
Black people, y'all. Black
people. They. White people are watching television, right? You think they want to see the exact opposite of them on television?
No.
But you think that's
why they put big booties in videos now. Like, you starting to see thicker people. You don't really want to see the skinny people on TV. I know, I don't.
That's Jello. So to me,
that's so Jello in their butts.
I'm looking at the artists like, if you have your message that you want to see, that you want to get out there, but you know this audience on TV is not gonna listen. Why aren't you going to another audience? If you know that we're the ones on social media and YouTube and Instagram, go to that audience and find your money there. I just don't go to the TV. What's good is the TV. Like, if it ain't, I feel like that's what everybody dream. But change your dream, because that dream is dead now. Like,
I mean, I feel like that's what she was doing when she auditioned for the show. She was trying to create her own platform to get her point out there. Me personally, like you said, we will be very accepting. Personally, when I knew of her, like I seen pictures of her and her twerking videos and stuff like that, like when she was with Spice, because I like Spice. Spice is the dark skin one too, and she made it 110%.
Spice.
The
Spice Girl.
No,
Spice. I thought that was Scary Spice.
She's Jamaican artist.
She's a Jamaican artist. And Spice is big here and there. Here and there.
In America?
I ain't never heard of Spice.
She ain't that big. I ain't heard of her. Anyway, but all I'm saying is, look. I listen to everything. I'm just saying that. But I'm just saying, For instance, even rappers like Cupcake. Shout out to Cupcake.
Hey!
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm just saying. Girl released an
She
amazing project, right?
So disgusting.
But
Why
her
hasn't
music is so
Cupcake
good.
popped out? Okay, there's several reasons. I know there's several reasons
That's
why
a
Cupcake
reach.
hasn't. Okay, but I'm just saying, like,
I think
even
like one
a
of her
Tink.
videos
Hold
got
on, but
blocked.
even a Tink, even a Dreezy, why haven't they popped off the same as Cardi B? Cardi
Their
B.
music isn't as
Cardi B is
poppin'.
absolutely.
Nah, we're
But
not gonna say that.
Cardi B had people with her.
Tink and Cardi B music are
Cardi
totally
using her
different
network.
topics.
Network equals network.
Exactly.
The people she's
But how-
around.
How is that network formed? How was she able to form that?
Shoot, hold on. Remy Ma
Isn't
even
she dating
signed a
Offset?
multi-million-dollar deal to, I forgot what record label. But she's signed a multi-million-dollar deal. She still hasn't popped out. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
Remy Ma-
not to the extent of
I
Cardi
mean,
B.
but
so.
you have to understand, Cardi is willing to. Remy likes what she's doing. She loves the music she makes.
Cardi-
She doesn't. What was I watching? I watched something that she was saying like she'll never sell out. She was saying something like that because they were asking her about the Nicki Minaj thing, and she was saying she would never sell out. Now Cardi, I'm not saying she a sellout, but she's willing to do what she gotta do.
Hustling.
Yeah, to make that
Very
paper.
Offset,
Very
So,
versatile.
like with Finesse and Bruno Mars, I was surprised first of all that
That was
she
my
was
jam.
on that.
She was
I was like, oh, she had like 3
Bruno
lines,
trying to
but
make
it was
his
3
money.
good lines.
Exactly.
Okay, and no one's questioning Cardi B's talent. Nobody's questioning Cardi B's heart.
So,
Wow.
but
Yeah.
you are because you
That's
are
good.
questioning because you're saying that
I
the
love
only reason
Cardi
she got
B.
that far
No,
was because of her skin
no,
color.
I love Cardi B.
But
But you
don't-
have to,
You definitely said that.
you have to
You
admit
definitely said that.
what helps Cardi B is she's racially ambiguous.
She
Yeah,
is
she's
dating
racially ambiguous,
Offset,
and
man.
she can
That's
fit in
true.
any
That's
kind
true.
of market she wants to. That's
That's
why she got 5 songs on the top 10 right now.
That's true.
Don't forget she married Offset in Memphis.
She ain't
Well,
married.
not
They're
yet.
married.
But
Oh, they're
and
gay.
we gonna get to Offset
They're
in a
gay.
bit, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like,
I get
okay,
you, I
hold
get
on.
you, I get
So
you.
we got some questions. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to MelaniNation TM3. Shout out to Hunter for sending the question in, and Sabria.
Hunter needs
Basically, Hunter was like, "Are we?" Oh shoot, I can't. Hold on. Ugh.
If it is,
Okay, basically, Hunter was like,
Okay, let's listen to the question.
Okay, Hunter was
sorry.
like, who are we getting
Okay.
angry at for the popularity of fair-skinned artists? If we are the ones that listen and watch them, how do we fix this issue?
Okay.
Wait, I missed the first part. Sorry.
Oh.
Who are we to get angry at for the popularity of fair-skinned artists?
Exactly.
I'm not angry.
I'm not angry
You
at
sound
nobody.
angry.
Okay.
That's
We-
the
Record companies.
It's not the record. We're still watching
That-
what people
But the
put
record
on YouTube.
companies do control what goes out.
They do
That's
control
true.
what goes out, but we don't have to watch everything that goes out multiple times.
But I mean, if it's good, Cardi B is good, so we're gonna pay attention to
I
her.
don't
I like
Cardi
Bruno
is
Mars,
good.
and I like. First of all, if I
Cardi.
watch, I don't even watch videos. But if I watch it, people had to force me. Well, my friend had to force me to watch Finesse, and then when I did watch it, it wasn't for Cardi. Hell, she was only in it.
It was
30
really
seconds.
for the music.
I'm not
video.
talking
It was
about
like a video, it was like-
overall though. Overall, Cardi B is worth recognizing.
Nah, cause I ain't watching her other video. That's the only.
Even
one
if
I've
it's
seen.
for her comedy. Even if it's for her comedy. She's worth recognizing.
Yeah,
Okay, love and hip hop.
So, who controls that is still the whoever's producing it.
But they don't control what we choose to watch. They just
They're
control
not.
what they put out there.
They're looking at
They're looking at demographics to show like hey,
Big-
this
Big
is what's
Fish
funny, this is what's cool. Let's put this out there because somebody's gonna watch it.
Big
And it's
Fish
just absurd.
Productions, and y'all know that's like
Ooh.
VH1 and.
MelaniNation TM3 said Cardi is a culture vulture.
Is
How
it-
y'all feel about
Cardi B is
that?
not good.
Y'all think she's a culture vulture?
Isn't she
I don't
like
know.
a Latina?
Yes.
Can she be a
She
culture
is.
vulture? Is this part of her culture?
Yeah, well, if you're
Definitely.
done with
Can you be a culture vulture?
Yes, you can.
It's part of her culture.
It doesn't matter.
She's an Afro,
But you
black
can-
Latina.
Does she claim that?
No, she doesn't.
Does
No.
she claim that? Does she
Exactly.
say I'm Afro Latina? Or
No.
does she just say I'm Latina?
Whatever.
So she jumped from
Whatever.
Like, race to race.
She racially ambiguous. Remember.
She
So
is.
then,
Yeah,
so
that's
she can choose to be whatever part of her. Who's that?
Okay, because she
Wait.
can choose, that makes her a culture vulture. Because she can say, "Ooh, one day I'm gonna be black. Ooh, tomorrow I'm gonna be Hispanic." What?
It's not even that she
Choose
can't
one.
choose. She does choose.
Yeah,
And she
like-
chooses the one that she thinks is more popular. That's the problem.
But don't,
No, I can't blame. I
I
don't blame her. Because she's always grew up in that. She's grew up taught that she is Latina.
Yeah.
So it's not that she's preying off that. She's proud of being Latina.
Yeah, and that's what we saying. But that's the overall point of what we're we're talking about is this issue of being black and being Latino. Like, a lot of people don't claim that. A lot of people don't even believe it exists. If you're looking at young Hollywood, they don't believe that somebody can be black and Latina at the same time.
So that's it, kind of ignoring that slavery happened there.
That's a whole other subject.
That's a whole.
But so what you two were saying, the whole Cardi B and being black, I have heard so many people in this group too, say that even if you have a little bit of black in you, you're black. She's black. I don't think that there is a problem with her. I don't think she can be culture vulture if it's part of her culture. She may not have been taught that by her parents and may have been raised more of the Latina side. But just because she wants to not experience, because it's still hers, but
okay, I think what Cardi B is kind of doing, let's say I had a black dad and a white mom. I'm saying I have a white mom. I'm not saying anything about the black dad. He's there, but I'm just not saying anything about him. I'm not acknowledging him. That's kind of what Cardi B is doing with where she came from. She's not acknowledging the one side. She's only acknowledging the other side. You kind of get what I'm saying?
I understand it. You're not teaching me anything. My point is, the question was, could she be a culture vulture? And I say no, because it's still in you. You're still black, whether you talk about your black dad or not.
Let's think about it this way, okay? So say, like, I'm Hispanic and I'm black, but I look Hispanic, right? So every day, to get out to a demographic, I'm gonna say I'm this color, I'm this person, I'm this race. But one day, you know, I'm like, ooh, they poppin', let me hook, swoop, I'm black now. You see?
You're not black now. You've always been black.
But I'm acknowledging it.
Listen. I'm just answering that question. Do I consider her a culture vulture? No, because it is part of. She's not biting our culture because it's hers as well.
Well, let's reel it in real quick, okay, and finish it off. I just want to say,
why you see the last word?
I don't, but y'all can. I'm gonna say this, and then y'all tell me what you think. But okay, so do y'all think Cardi B, her skin color did help her, right? You don't think so?
I think dating Offset.
I think.
But my thing is, hold on.
Wait. Introduce her to the right people.
Wait, look, who got the top rap songs out right now? G-Eazy, Post Malone, Eminem.
Eminem always been a legend.
What do they all? Hold on. Hip hop created by black people, right? These three people got the top 3 hip hop songs in America.
They ain't even black.
And they're not black.
Because they're good. They're
I was say hold on. Post Malone is ugly. Lil Wayne old. Who's the other one? Who was the other one? G-Eazy. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Their talent, their top 3, not because, you know what? They're white. We're gonna put their album there. No. They shit is good and catchy. You don't have to stay No. And that's not playing. Hold on. That's not playing devil's advocate. And there's the camera right there. I'm not playing devil's advocate. This is all real. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that because of the color they
they're good, but there's plenty of other good.
They're top of the
Wait. They're good, but guess what? There's 10 other artists out there that are dark that you're not even able to listen to because industries are not.
Why not? Give me an artist and I will name it right now. If it's good, I'll let you know it's good.
How can I tell you? Can you shut up? Okay, shut up. Oh my God. How can I give you that name if I don't know that name?
That's the thing.
Okay, God. What she's saying is that.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
Okay. What I feel Quest is saying, Quest, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be, is that there's other artists that are better than them, but because of the color of their skin, they're not in the same place. Is that what you're saying?
Straight though. It's not blue.
I'm saying that avenue that is allowed, that they have this avenue. They're trying to take this avenue to get out there, to put their name out there. But the people who open the door are not even opening the door for them. So the people on the other side of the door don't even know that there's a darker skin out there, that person's on that side. You got this side that consists of 50 people, this side that consists of one person. One person's holding the door. Okay?
All right.
If that person don't open up the door, how you know that
I got a question. I got a question for Quest real quick.
I do want to clarify something though. Okay, just give me one moment. When I mentioned that these top artists are on the charts and they've been topping the charts for weeks now, it's not because the song is bad or good. It's because I just wanted to make an emphasis on the fact that a whole genre that we created is now being dominated.
But it's not
by white people. And hold on, even if you want to even go there, I'm not gonna judge music taste or whatever. But that Eminem album was trash.
Yes, it was.
The whole album was trash.
So was Cardi B.
Beyonce is trash too.
Cardi B is trash.
Okay, hold on. Did you listen to the Eminem album?
Yes, I did.
Good.
Most definitely did.
Did you think it was good?
Yes, I played it when I was getting ready for this show.
You bugging. If you like that Eminem album,
Man,
you
he topping the charts for a reason.
You a part of the
They talking about I'm bugging, but he topped the charts. And then what they complaining about?
Eminem has consistently been good. You can't say it because he's trash.
Eminem has been good.
Wait, can I ask my question? Because I'm forgetting.
All right.
Get out of this conversation.
I'll keep going though.
All right, so you sit here vouching for people who are behind the door who aren't able to get into that avenue, right? You told me, name me one.
How can I know?
No.
Stop.
Stop.
I don't know the person's name.
Stop.
X is the person's name. He does
Stop.
What the hell can you do?
Wait, stop yelling. Listen. Because you can't sit here and say, if you can't name me one black person who's behind the door.
Me.
Wait. You try to get a breakout. But I promise you, this bitch said she tried to get a breakout.
My brother, Maurice Antonio Wayman Jr., he's dark skinned. The door ain't being open.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Alright. The fact that, okay, I understand what you're saying, and you can't name me one, but you and your brother, no offense. I don't think that album be good. But you, no, not your brother's, yours, baby, yours. I ain't gonna talk about your family. No, I don't trust it. No, I wouldn't listen to that. But listen.
Oh.
And you not dark skinned, so you can't say it's the color.
My brother dark skinned.
Alright, that's not the point. But the way you can't name a dark skinned person, you're sitting here saying, oh, there are people outside the door. Just because a few of them made it doesn't mean there are other light skinned people or brown skinned, hell, of every color. Because my little cousin trying to be one too. And he light as all get out. So don't sit here and say that they're dominated because you're acting like there aren't black people who are on the charts, who are in the industry, who aren't making it.
True, they are making it.
So what?
Look, they're making it, but what are the obstacles they had to step over to get there? This dark let me finish my sentence.
Logic ain't come from
Let me finish my sentence.
Let her finish.
Let me finish my sentence.
She ain't even started the sentence.
This shush. So I can
Tell him to shut up.
I'm offended.
Okay. There's this dark-skinned man, dark-skinned woman who had to step over 6 puddles to get to dry land. You have this light skin who can get in the boat to make it there in 30 seconds.
Hello? Say that.
They still get there in the end, but this light skin get on the boat to get there in 30 seconds while I have to track through mud to get there.
So you think, so wait, so
that's the difference. I don't care how you get. I don't care where you at in the end. The road there was different. That's what I'm.
So you telling me every light skinned or white person?
I ain't saying.
Don't let me finish my sentence. Okay, just like you said, let me finish my sentence.
You gotta take it down.
Nah, she want to yell. Let her finish her sentence. Let me finish my sentence.
Hold on. We're having an intellectual conversation. Therefore, we don't have to scream. We don't have to yell to get our point across. Okay. Let's continue, please.
I'm going to finish my question.
But we let people finish. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Okay.
And I was speaking.
Go ahead.
You telling me that you believe that every light skin, every white person had it a whole lot easier than every brown and dark skinned person in the industry? Yes or no, that's all I'm asking for. And he got something to say. I'm good. Just answer me that question. You tell me. All right then.
Because I said there's this light skin and this dark skin. Did I say every light skin every black skin.
Okay, so there's
dark
dark
skin.
skins that made it too very easily.
Okay.
Or people who
I don't know
Nicki
everybody's
Minaj
story.
got to the top and then bleached her skin. That's one.
Yo. Okay.
She was.
She was never dark skinned.
She was dark.
Never dark.
No,
She
she
got
wasn't.
shot in the butt.
She wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. She was. Y'all want charcoal black like Kodak?
What is dark? What is dark
No,
skin? What is
like
dark
my
skin?
color.
Your
Like-
skin tone. What are you, Gabby?
Yo.
She was your color. Now she quest cheeks.
Yo.
Okay.
What's your point?
Yeah.
There are people who got up there and made it, and people will change their skin tone for their own person. They feel as though they'll get more business that way. But everyone has different avenues. You can sit here and vouch for people. You say, oh, light skin's always made it easy, but not every light skin made it easy. You feel me?
I'm not saying every.
And not every dark skin
And I'm still not saying
had
every.
to step through 6 puddles.
Yeah, and still, I'm not
Someone
saying
took the
every.
vote too.
I'm talking about 2 people who started at
I'll
the
let you
same line. I'm talking about 2 people who started at the same place,
Okay,
same
who?
line.
Name me 2. Just name me 2 artists. They'd be made.
Me and my brother. Okay. I'm about to know. I'm not gonna be artists. I'm just about to tell you about elementary school. How about that?
All right.
Question before you start. Alexis says that she agrees with you. And she's backing you up, saying, Quest is saying the journey of a dark skin is a more difficult journey than that of a light skin. Do y'all not agree with that?
I don't
agree with that.
Statistically,
I have
the
dark
first
skins in
lady
my
had-
family, and they go through just as much as I do, if not worse. I know people who grow with me who are light skinned who are failing. I hope they get better, but truly failing at life. Truly. So I'm not gonna sit here and no, I don't agree with that. Go ahead and speak
Okay,
because he's been trying to speak for a minute.
I just want to say this. I think that everybody's path is different. Not everybody's path is easy. Not everybody's path is hard, whether you're dark skinned or light skinned. Yes, being light skinned has advantages that dark skinned people necessarily don't have. Not all, but some. We're not, I think what Alexis was trying to say is that people who are at the tops right now, you know, Eminem, Post Malone, all Logic, it's not like they had the easiest route. You know, they definitely had to jump through some hurdles and stuff too. But had they been dark skinned, I think what Alexis is saying is that it would not have been nearly as easy. Not that it was easy, but it would have been a lot harder than whatever they had to go through. So I'm saying that everybody has to go through a different path. The people who are on the top of the charts, they definitely had it rough growing up. And it's not because of their...
Not everybody.
Eminem grew up
For
in
the
the
top,
trailer
for
park.
Post...
And Beyonce and her daddy was like an accountant. Okay, so.
Congratulations.
I'm
to
not
her.
saying.
No,
But
you
you
can
can
say.
I'm just
He
trying to.
wasn't done.
Okay, your statement, I get it.
Wait, he wasn't done.
I'm
Quinn.
done. We're about to end this show. I'm about to be to have the last word.
No, he
Unless
not
I
done.
Okay.
Get the point.
Yeah, let him finish.
I just want to say that everybody's
I
path...
get it.
Wow.
Let him finish.
Wow. Wow. She's gonna have to have that
Everybody's path is a little bit different. Everybody has to go through hurdles, whether you're dark skinned or light skinned. There aren't the same amount of hurdles, and they're not nearly as big for some people or others, but everybody has a challenge.
Okay. So,
Quest, were you finna?
she raised her hand.
But you was talking, so I'll let you go. Go ahead.
I think what y'all hear me, but at the same time, y'all are like interpreting this way wrong. I'm not even trying to be specific about this person's case and this person's case. I understand there are many stories, and I could sit here and listen to thousands, and they be so different. But if we just summarize and take we're generalizing it, but we're definitely not applying it to every single body. Okay? So this light skin had to make it out the gutters, man. He had to dig through trash to eat and went days without showering. Okay, we understand his story. And at the same time, there are darker skin who had that same thing. There are who did. But statistically shows historically statistically that darker skin are going to have a more difficult time making it out.
Where are these statistics?
That's true.
You know
Okay,
what?
if you look at the study, like the little Barbie doll study that the little black girls did. Okay, so what did she choose? What did she choose was more beautiful?
The white doll.
Okay, and she chose this doll because statistically speaking, what society has shown us is that they're gonna have an easier time. Then
no, it was that study was what was deemed beautiful. It wasn't
exactly. Well, that's the correlation I'm making for you.
So if you're beautiful, you get it easy.
No. What I'm saying is that sometimes based on
that's different. If you cute, you definitely get it easier. But
what I'm saying is that
like that's a race. If you're
because
cute, you get it easier.
Because you're saying you don't want to be specific, but I'm saying, and you want to bring up statistics. I'm saying, okay, let's take a sample. Let's take a sample size. Let's look at a couple artists. Let's look at one of the top artists, Eminem, up there. And you said Beyonce had 4 on the chart. So let's take Beyonce and Eminem. Both had very good careers. Very, very good careers, right? You told me, I don't know much about Beyonce, I'm not really a fan, but you just said her dad was an accountant.
She didn't struggle growing up.
She didn't struggle. Now, Eminem has struggled from jump.
Yeah.
Like, he's been through it all to the point where I love Eminem, y'all. He adopted his own sister just because of the stuff their mom was going through. Him and his sister had slept in cars and gutters, and I just went to Detroit. 8 Mile is definitely not a place you really want to be. Like, it's not cool. So that when you're saying this stuff, it's like I'm definitely listening. You said you think we're listening, but we're not understanding. I'm definitely understanding, but it's like in math, you can teach overall the general topic for the day, but you need an example. And an example, you need a sample size. You need some data to use. And so when I'm listening, I'm thinking, all right, let's take a group of artists. And then you mentioned that the top 3 artists were white males at the top of the charts at the moment. So then, and you mentioned, I don't know much about Post Malone and the G-Eazy either. But I do know Eminem. I know his history. And then I look at somebody else, an African American, who has a really good career. And it's not the same. So I do hear you, and I'm not trying to argue, but that's I just want you to know where I'm coming from. I want specifics because I like people to explain to me, like, where are you seeing this?
Okay, I'm about to give you this. Okay, my brother, I'm about to, because this is really specific. I know the details and all. Okay, my brother, he is in graduate school at. Don't be sarcastic.
No, I'm saying good for him, like, actually.
You say you want to drop him?
Okay, my brother is dark skinned. He is in graduate school. And in elementary school, he made good grades. But he also had to face people calling him names simply because of his skin color. I'm in college. I made it through elementary. But I did not have to face being called those names. So can you admit that he's going to face a little bit more difficulties, emotional trauma, being called names simply because of him being dark skinned?
Yeah, I mean, apparently at your school, because I went to school with all white people, and I didn't have that same experience, and I'm not the lightest.
And you're not darkest either.
You're right, I'm not dark either. I'm thank you, Jesus.
So at this school of yours, were there darker people than you?
Yeah, and
there's a chance that they could have faced those issues where it was simply just like, they had a heart attack. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you good. But my thing is, okay, so I understand your example. And having a heart, first of all, kids are cruel, point blank, period. I was called some names and I wasn't dark skin. Kids are cruel, period. I thought we were talking about what we came in and talking about. Music, the industry.
Okay, but I'm just saying that I'm saying I see what you're saying, but
were you saying your brother would have a hard time being an artist?
I don't know everybody's story. I don't listen to music and listen to people's story well enough to know that this guy went home crying because he was called a dark skin. I don't know that story. I'm sorry, I don't. But I do know that it happens, and if it happens to my brother, I can bet that it happened to Kodak Black. I can bet that it happened to him. And I would win the lottery if I bet that. So, that's all I'm saying. I can't give you a specific music industry artist who story match my brother, but I know it's out there.
Can I just say this? Okay, forget statistics. Let's look at history, right?
All right.
Okay, from the beginning of time, porcelain skin, that fair skin was always looked at as beautiful.
I agree.
People want to obtain that, right?
Beauty. I agree.
Okay, so to say that it's not affecting us in our daily lives, in our social interactions, in our workplaces, what I'm saying is white is always preferred. It's always preferred, right? So if you have somebody like Amara in the music industry and you have somebody like Cardi B, I'm just saying, who's the record label going to choose? Who's more marketable?
Cardi.
Okay, why?
Because of the color of your skin.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
And I don't agree. I don't.
Why?
Because I feel, first of all, there are two different markets. Amara's trying to bring her type of music over here. Cardi's commercial one kind of turned into a commercial rapper.
Forget Amara right now. Remy Ma.
Okay. All right.
Are you saying that being light skinned in no way, shape, form, or fashion affects how?
Yeah, okay.
That's what
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying it doesn't dictate where their music lands them. Just because there's plenty of music Cardi B has that I don't like, that she created that I do not like.
It's not a single factor. True.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
We said that.
I don't think it pushes it the extra mile either. Talent pushes it that extra mile. Maybe her being light got her the network she's in, like knowing all the people she know, and being able to put her on that platform and put her on Love Hip Hop New York or whatever, where she got her little jump start. But I definitely don't think that's why she's top of the charts. Or I don't even think that's a factor personally, because she's had music and it wasn't good.
It is. Colorism exists.
It definitely exists.
In the workplace, in the music industry, in your daily life. Okay, and y'all have to recognize that. I'm just saying, because I feel like that did come up. I'm not making it up. y'all were sitting here saying that Cardi B isn't Eminem. Let's go back to even the Eminem discussion, right? Jay-Z ain't never did Eminem numbers. Stop. That's a bad example. I don't know. Maybe, I don't think he ever has. Kanye has never done Eminem numbers. Nas has never done Eminem numbers.
Jay-Z didn't hit his numbers?
Nas is, okay.
Really?
Bump it. Nas has never done Eminem numbers.
That's my favorite rapper, actually.
Huh?
Eminem is my favorite rapper.
Okay,
but it has nothing to do with his skin.
That's right. But what I'm saying is recognize why he's successful. Because if he was of a darker complexion, he wouldn't even be touching the heights and the sales that he had.
You can't say that for sure, though.
Yeah, you telling me that the music.
You can speculate.
His story.
Okay, y'all want the most specific story.
No,
we just
I'm
ain't
just,
got it.
No.
Okay.
Nyree introduced. She said, "Let's go back to the Eminem thing." That's what we're using.
I mean, but y'all are trying to bet like it's gonna 100% happen. Like he ain't dark skinned. We can't.
We don't know exactly what's gonna happen.
Okay, you know what? There's a book.
We only going on facts.
No, listen. I'm trying to tell y'all something. There's a book where a white man lived the life of a black man by just being by changing the color of his skin. This actually happened, and he actually. I can't remember the name of the book.
Ain't it called Black Like Me or something?
And
I saw it on Boondocks.
There's a couple of cases where this happened, where a white man, a light skinned guy, made himself darker, and he said that he had an easier time being light skinned. That's the specific example you're looking for. Like, what you want?
I think also what markets Eminem a little bit better than Jay-Z, not even basing it off talent, is the color of his skin, because the majority of this country is white. Let's be real about it, okay? So if you put a white person out there, that means there are white people looking at this man saying like, ooh, he looks like me. He must be the best thing out there. I'm finna just listen to all his music all the time just him. It happens like that.
Y'all, you may think I'm speculating, but come on. Eminem is popping because he is white. If he was anybody else, he'd just be another regular rapper with some skill. And he wouldn't be topping the charts for weeks like he has with that trash album, which is all, you know, music.
So the one white guy who's been around for over
25 years.
Yeah, a good minute. Been rocking at the same time as Nas, Jay-Z, Kanye, all the greats, right? Lil Wayne, from his rock phase to now. You telling me that has everything to do with his color and not his talent? Because what does he do? He's never out. He's never in the media.
I didn't say
he rarely makes videos.
We're not saying it's not used enough.
I didn't say that's
literally what you.
Sorry. Sorry. He
has
talent. Eminem is an amazing lyricist. He can flow like crazy. It's not just his skin, but it helps. It helps.
All right,
10 times. It helps a lot.
I'll let you say
it helps a whole lot.
No, that's not what she said. Quest even just admitted that's not what she said.
I apologize, but now you hear me.
Okay.
He's so talented. Oh my God.
Sarcasm.
His skin helps.
Sarcasm. I thought that was like understood. We all understand that Eminem is talented and can rap.
But that's not what we saying. That's all the thing I was saying.
When did she say Eminem didn't have talent?
Just heard us when she just said it.
When did she say Eminem didn't have talent?
She did, but she said he made it because of the color of his skin.
That helps. It helps.
It helps. Say that. Don't say he made it.
Okay, we clarified. We clarified. It helps.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point.
What's the next topic?
Right, real quick, we're gonna run through these because it's about time to go.
Okay, let's just run through the
Let's
Offset.
talk about Offset real quick.
Let's talk about Offset. Okay, so Offset in this new song or something that he came out with, he said, "I don't hang out with queers." So I guess we all know that queer has the background of being prejudiced against LGBTQ community, but queer by definition in the dictionary means weirdos. That's all he meant, and Cardi B was there for him, backing him up because. That's what it was. At the end of the day, he didn't mean it.
Backing him up because that's her man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
People had a middle on her finger.
But he used the word in the right context. People took it how they wanted to take it. But essentially, he used the word in the right context. He doesn't hang out with weirdos. Okay, got you. Bet. Let's go. That's it.
I mean, I don't think he should be called homophobic, but he does need to watch what he says.
Well, yeah, but you shouldn't attack somebody because they didn't know. You should educate them because they don't know.
Does he clarify?
Yeah, he apologized for it because
he made an Instagram post about it, talking about it. He was like, "Oh, I was looking for a word that rhymes, so I pulled the dictionary out, and there was queer." Y'all
here,
yes, I actually do believe that because I am of the fact that sexuality, I don't care about people's sexuality.
The fact that he said it, tear.
Well, in the context of the song, it was like, he was, I guess, like, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay,
but it made sense.
I'm trying to figure out words to rhyme with.
No, I'm just saying he could have.
No,
we
were
just but he did specifically say, "I don't vibe with queers." The word "vibe" itself has such a deep meaning. It means like
I don't fuck with you and don't hang out with you. That's what that means.
He didn't say I don't. He didn't say fuck. He didn't say I don't hang with. He said I don't vibe with. That means he's not even like.
Okay, so I don't. So that's like saying like, okay, I think this person's weird. I don't vibe with that person. Like that's not odd. Just like it doesn't have to be about sexuality. That's just what people first thought about. Like, that's what it always is.
I feel like it's just each person is something different. You're very accepting, so you said it just means another. Just saying it means another word. But I think it kind of goes back to, well, not in music, but like when you're in school. When I was in school growing up, people would say stuff like, "Bro, you gay." Like it had gay me happy, but that's not
how people take it. Yeah, like, that's not what it was.
So I feel like I don't know. Maybe he's trying to save his butt, and that's what he really meant.
No, I mean at the end of the day, like the word means weird. Like that's what it means. So that's it. At the end of the day, like look at it. It's context because he's never made a statement about being homophobic ever.
I think he did actually.
No, well, in my viewing of him,
I don't take it as he made a comment. He did a Rolling Stone interview and he said something about gay people. He didn't believe in it, but I don't take that as him being homophobic. Still, all because you don't agree with somebody does not mean that you hate somebody.
Yeah.
So I don't think he ever said anything that can be taken that I take as homophobic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he to me, or to you as well, he's never done that. So I don't see why we're like getting on him about it. Like that's not.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Like educate him. Like he said the wrong word. Like it in the dictionary, it doesn't say a racial slur or a slur for LGBTQ people.
And we've been so I don't care about sexuality, so I'm just gonna say this, and I don't care if people call me homophobic. But we are so sensitive to LGBTQ people,
LGBTQ.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I said LGBTQ.
No, you said QT.
QT.
Oh, anyway, we're so just like you corrected me. We're so sensitive about.
I feel it's respect.
Okay, respect me being black and don't call me.
You know what?
That's how I feel.
You know what? I respect you just like I'm black, so I'm not sitting here saying.
No.
Oh, I thought you was talking to me, girl. You tell me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general. Like I'm saying for the mass American population. The American population is so sensitive about that community, but they still ignore issues or they don't recognize so quickly issues that happen in the black community.
I feel like they're starting to though. Like a lot of people, especially when it came to not to say when it was first introduced because it's always been there, but when police brutality first really got big, like when cases were coming on TV and stuff like that, and they were like getting really in depth in different cases. A lot of people always, not to say sometimes it's not valid, but they pull the race card prior to the facts. So I feel like now people are starting to go to bat for racial issues just as much as LGBTQ.
But
I
it
agree
took
with
so
you about that.
long, and people have to. But look. People want to wait now and get facts for the information about, just like in sociology. She wants facts. She wants facts before saying, "Oh, this officer gunned this white man down or this black man down." But in Offset case, he used the word queer, and now we're shaming him, not trying to listen to what he has to say. We'll wait for the facts in this case, but we won't wait for the facts and explanation.
I mean, who won't? Cause like her, she off bat was like understanding, and me personally, I mean, if it's just to rhyme, I feel like a lot of artists, they do that anyway. Like Lil Wayne rhyme everything with a new cuss word because he can't really think of anything wrong with. So I think a lot of people don't really. I don't know how much backlash he's getting off of this.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, it's like.
Is the song like on the radio or something?
It's a single off of Culture too, if I'm not mistaken.
And I think it's like new. So you see how fast that they jump on that?
Like it
I
just
don't think it was. I'm sorry, I don't think it was a single off of Culture too, but like it's a feature.
Yeah.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just came out the other day.
The H&M thing was brand new when it got fired, and the Dove thing was brand new when it got fired, and it was all about race.
Because
I'm
people
talking
are
about
sensitive
Tamar, right?
at the end of the day.
Well, I think that's the point she was trying to make.
No. I mean, I'm talking about deeper issues than that. I'm talking about like, let me think. There were cases. I'm not even trying to talk about recent cases. But there were cases where black men and women were gunned down, and it took months before. Mike Brown, he was shot down like in June, but it really didn't get as much attention until August.
That's true.
So 3 months before half of the attention that this case with Offset is getting. You see the difference? Like, that's wild to me.
I mean, but you have to look at it as well. A lot of kids, a lot of people who create that traffic on websites and on social media about these issues, do we, hell, even myself at a point, do we really watch the news? Do we really look for those types of stories? It's just what is in front of us. Because we all listen to this person's music, because we all listen to music, because we all rock with the same kind of people, that's what we hear. I'm pretty sure there are stories right now on the news about black people that none of us know about at the moment. So I wouldn't say, because it took 3 months here and 2 days here, because it's just where were we looking. If over here this was happening, but everyone at your school, literally, because apparently y'all saying it's really big. I ain't heard of it because I'd rather watch TV.
Oh, I heard on the radio. Like I was driving to class and it was on the Breakfast Club as soon as I know about it.
Oh.
But no, I'm not. Look,
I'm just saying as far as time.
You're saying like it's that this police brutality, this case of police brutality is on the news, but we're not watching it. I'm saying there are cases of police brutality.
No. I never use the word police brutality.
No, okay, I'm just talking about racial issues. There are racial issues that are going on that do not hit the
media
news. So you don't even know that it's happening. You haven't seen this case. You know it's happening, but you don't know if this specific story happening. So you see that attention, the fact that the news attention is going here.
So you're saying people are worried about the wrong things?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's true.
But I don't give it. To be called something based on
I feel like that's easy for us to say.
Because we're not in their shoes.
Right. And if it was a white person saying the N-word, we would be offended.
But
I'm not comparing it, but I'm just saying it's like you white people are quick to say you're being too sensitive.
Even I was with the whole H&M monkey shirt thing. Even I said black people were being too sensitive about that. It's just a shirt.
Sure, but I'm just saying the majority of us
take offense to that.
Okay.
So
that's all I want to say.
This is my opinion. I cannot fully sympathize with
LGBTQ. Just show some kind of respect.
I can't sympathize with that as much because I can't see sexuality as much as I see race and skin color. I can look at you and tell that you're black versus I can look at you and tell that you're straight. So that's why I'm just like, I don't get why there's an influx. Well, I can get why. I'm not insensitive to LGBTQ
LGBTQ. You had it right. You're right. Just keep going.
I'm not insensitive to it, but I'm not as sensitive to it as I am for racial issues.
Okay. Well, last thing on the table, and then we're going to wrap this up. Monique and Netflix. So did you guys all see the video of Monique?
And she needs to sit down somewhere.
No. Okay, so what happened was they were not trying to pay Monique any type of money, but we all know Monique is the funniest bad.
All right.
She was they paid her $50 million.
To do what?
No.
Okay,
so Monique filmed a comedy stand-up because that's what they're doing. Netflix is releasing a lot of comedy specials, right? They decided to pay her $500,000 for her special.
Versus Chris Rock, who get paid like $100 million.
No.
I'm
telling you,
I don't care about
okay, let's get the facts straight.
Can I finish it?
Can I understand what's going on? Can I refinish telling me what's going on first?
That's why
I don't know the facts, so
that's why I was stemming off of. I'm telling you.
But then Gabby said you throwing out wrong numbers.
Yeah,
so
that's wrong.
Let me
So
refinish.
what?
Either way it goes.
Chris Rock is getting paid.
It ain't too wrong. What I'm saying is Monique getting paid $500,000 while these other black. Well, it ain't even a black. I don't even think it's a black issue, but we're gonna get to that. You got Chris Rock, you got Amy Schumer, you got Dave Chappelle getting paid millions, and I mean millions for theirs, right? But then they want to pay her $500,000 for her comedy special. So Monique is upset about that, and she calls for us to boycott because of it. She feels like she's being lowballed.
Okay, so that makes sense against Amy Schumer simply because Amy Schumer is like, she's not that funny, in all honesty. And that's my personal opinion, so if y'all like her, that's fine. But Monique's 10 times funnier, though. Like, you've been watching Monique since you were a child. Monique is almost a legend.
She is a legend.
Monique is a legend, exactly. Yeah. So why is it that...
Cellmate was funny.
Let me finish.
I'm sorry, that's just funny.
So, why is it that Amy Schumer that just came out, 5 years ago, being paid millions of dollars when Monique, a legend, one of the funniest women in today's society.
Why not though?
Why is she getting paid $500,000 when Amy Schumer's getting millions?
It's a business,
right? You're right. It is a business, and Amy Schumer is relevant. But best believe, if Monique came back out with Fat Girls too, I'd watch that.
Popular demand is what kind of I feel like really driving the price.
Okay, but when was the last time you saw Dave Chappelle on something? When was that?
Recently.
Exactly. He just dropped that Netflix, but before that, this man been gone for years.
But he wasn't.
Don't he have a show on Comedy Central?
He had a show.
It doesn't come on.
The
I just
Chappelle
remember
show?
he had like white lips and white knees.
That was the Chappelle show.
But that was like pop culture. Like that's just people love the Dave Chappelle show. And I know me, just like anybody else, I was super excited for Dave Chappelle come back because the man's been gone for 10 plus years, whatever.
Do you know how much he was getting paid when he first started coming back? No.
What you mean?
When he was gone for this extended amount of time, do you know how much he was getting paid when they brought him back
for Netflix?
Yeah.
It was multi-million.
It was $20 million. He got paid $20 million
when he first came back.
For this last special that he just did.
I'm saying when he first came back.
So when did he
first
first
come
come
back?
back? That was his first come back.
Netflix. Him and Chris Rock got $20 million. Amy Schumer got $13 million.
That's not talking about this case right now. I'm not talking about this case right now.
No, but when
he got back.
No, I'm answering her question though. When Dave Chappelle did come back, it was $20 million.
First came back.
Period. It was $20 million.
Okay.
20.
This is pretty important. Yeah, Amy Schumer originally started off at 11 million. She renegotiated her contract and got 13.
That's the point.
Yeah,
anyway.
Monique.
That's for this case.
Yeah, Monique. She tried to renegotiate her contract, and Netflix said you're not gonna bring in that much money, so we're not gonna.
But they don't know that at the end of the day. Monique is funny as hell. I still watch reruns of The Parkers.
But that's what Nari said. It's relevancy, like. Amy Schumer. I can't even pronounce her name like that. But she, like, I don't know if y'all watch her movies and stuff like that. Like, I think she's pretty funny. Her movies are really funny. She's coming out with like 2 more movies. I didn't know about Netflix.
Okay, well, if we're basing it off of relevancy, Dave Chappelle disappeared and then he came back. He get paid $20 million.
But it was a culture thing. Like,
Chris Rock, Monique, it's Miss Parker, y'all.
But that was
to us.
Yeah, that's
to us.
That was
to us. You hear me? Like,
but they're catering. They're trying to cater. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle were funny all around. Like they everyone loved them, no matter what color, no matter what race. When they were really popping, they toured everywhere, countries wide. Now, like she said, I love Nikki Parker.
Yeah.
I absolutely love. Still watch reruns when I get dressed in the morning. Exactly. So I'm not disagreeing with you, but I understand it has to do with Netflix is jumping on bandwagons for everything. Okay, when shows get shut down, they're rebooting all types of stuff. They bought the rights to Full House to create Fuller House,
which is trash. Okay, but let's just.
Okay,
how about
I need a Family Matters more.
500. Yeah, Family Matters. Okay. So why would 500,000 compared to 13 million? Like that's still not fair. She's still a comedian.
Okay, what I'm gonna say is not only a comedian but an Oscar-winning award actress. But anyway, I definitely think they lowballed her. 500,000. She's worth a lot more than that, right?
Yeah,
we agree.
At least in the millions.
But that's what I'm saying. Not even 1 million. Dang, y'all have 500,000. That's crazy. But I do get Netflix position. It's a business.
Yeah,
they're here to make money. So if they feel like you can't bring it in, hey, and I feel like it's a bit excessive to call for a boycott.
Oh yeah, that's definitely excessive.
Because Netflix, that's what I'm saying. Netflix was about to put you on. Like, let's be honest. Like,
get your first season out first.
That's what I'm saying. Not Nikki Parker.
Monique can hop on and I know she'll get paid.
But y'all, if y'all don't remember, Monique was low. She was blackballed right after that movie. You didn't hear after Precious. You didn't hear anything from Monique.
No.
Who wins an Oscar and then goes into the dark? Who does that? What actress is doing that? In fact, they're getting paid 3, 4, 5 times than they did before from an Oscar. That didn't happen for Monique. You know why? Because she was blackballed. Because I don't even know, but she allegedly was saying that the Lee Daniels and Monique and
Oprah, Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I say Monique, but you know.
Wait, what happened? You just named name.
Anyway, she was blackballed. That's all y'all need to know.
Her.
And you haven't seen or heard from her since.
Was it
right?
due to the movie?
How she was behaving, like during the press run.
Okay.
She would be like, "I can't make it." You know what I'm saying? They ain't like that. So She was blackballed. Y'all haven't heard from her since. This is maybe her first time being on like a huge platform. And for her to just completely sever ties with that's crazy to me. To me.
A whole new
generation.
They
giving you a whole chance to make a comeback, and you just slapping them in the face. I know what you're worth. We all know what you're worth, but I'm just saying
you got to get back up there. Like a whole new generation is about to be introduced to Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle. Like, because it is new. It's going to give us something to watch. And everyone watching Netflix. I don't care who you are.
Right.
You watch it on bootleg or borrow your aunties. You watching Netflix.
Yeah. But I feel she's definitely just deserves more money than that.
She definitely deserves
a minimum. That was a slap in my face. 500,000?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. But anyway, y'all got any more news? Y'all straight?
No.
Well,
enjoy the night.
Y'all, this is spring semester, you guys. After February, we leaving.
Yeah.
What?
Pray for the victims of the school shooting
that
happened today.
Yeah.
I think 2 kids died, and
15
they were both 15 years old. I think at least 1,500 others were injured. The shooter's in custody. He's 15 years old. Don't know their race, but I know he's a male. So just pray for all those victims out there.
Definitely.
People shooting up babies.
Oftentimes.
Oh, she finna bring.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is gonna.
We about to close out. Don't say it.
No. Because then it's gonna make me seem insensitive to the topic.
Go ahead.
Oftentimes, when there's shootings, mass shootings, or shooting, they put the race out of a black person, but not a white person.
That's very true.
Oh, that's 100% facts. Like,
so,
Santa.
I just kind of read the article. Really
so assume by silence that he's white.
Santa.
It was in Kentucky. He's probably white.
The first mass school shooting where he went in, killed his mom, took the guns, went to school. Sandy Hooks. That was out, and he was white. But you know what? I'm gonna let Quest handle it.
No, they were actively looking for the person.
Yeah, that was different.
And what about Dylan Roof?
The person in Charlotte
went into the church, killed like 13, 14 people.
Oh.
He was white.
He got mental issues.
Yeah, that's what they look
at. Insanity. I give you that.
Okay, that's
it. Let's say, oh well, I was out of my mind at the moment.
But let's keep our thoughts and prayers with the families that were affected by such horrid
2 babies.
I can never understand that.
Yeah, like they're big, they're
like,
kids.
But anyway.
And it was a kid that shot him too.
On a lighter
note. Okay, then I understand that. When you bullying little Billy and he come back with a gun, just let me know when you about to do it. I go to the bathroom.
That's why.
But we just want everybody to just have a safe night and just get on top of the work because it's just starting.
Yeah. Some music. I got some new music. So shout out to Maxo Cream. Shout out to Dave East. Shout out to my dude JPEG Mafia. Shout out to Cupcake. Shout out to Cupcake. Yeah.
Drake released 2 new singles.
Oh, shout out to Drake. Yo, Drake. He released some of his best material that
he's I've heard like one line. It's like
I liked it, but
wait, what's that song where he's like I only love my mom and what he says?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's got
I only love you partly. I only love my mom.
He's also being accused of stealing smaller known artists.
You know what? I think every artist does that.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm just letting
I know that doesn't make it okay though.
Yeah, I don't care. But
Beyonce been doing it for years, and I love her.
I'm sorry, she's not.
All right, love you guys.
You said she just admit to Beyonce stealing people, biting people's stuff.
Alright, guys. I should have been gone 53 minutes. Right. Ooh, got me a wedgie.
Oh, Josiah gave on me, sure.